So, have you ever wondered if being quote unquote smart is actually holding your leadership back? I mean, for decades, we've been told that raw intellect, academic brilliance, and just sheer technical know how are the ultimate keys to climbing the professional ladder. But what if the exact thing that got you through the door is precisely what's creating a ceiling on your career? What if relying solely on your brain power is, well, actually a limitation in today's workplace? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tackling the ultimate question. What makes a great leader? In this Emotional Quotient, or EQ, leadership book review, we're going to frame our journey around the groundbreaking work of psychologist Daniel Goleman. We're exploring this massive shift that's taking place in the professional world, a major move away from solitary internal intellect and toward external social mastery. Okay, here is our roadmap for today. 1. Evolution of leadership intelligence. 2. The science of connection. 3. 5 traits of high SQ. 4. Strategies for SQ growth. And 5. Authenticity and skill balance. Section 1. Evolution of leadership intelligence. Moving beyond just book smarts. You know, the way we define intelligence has evolved incredibly over the last century. Back in the 1920s, psychologists were entirely focused on IQ, your intelligence quotient. That's your logic, your comprehension, your pattern detection. Fast forward to the 1990s, and Daniel Goleman popularizes EQ, or emotional intelligence, which finally brought our internal emotion management into the spotlight. But then, around 2006, Goleman made a really pivotal shift. He separated the interpersonal elements of EQ into a totally distinct category called SQ, or Social Quotient, which is all about external social mastery. And today, we're even looking at AQ, the adversity quotient, measuring resilience. So the absolutely crucial point here is understanding the difference between EQ and SQ. EQ is fundamentally about how you manage yourself on the inside, your self-awareness, regulating your own stress, things like that. SQ, on the other hand, is completely external. It's how you navigate the complex, sometimes messy world of human relationships, how you build networks, how you interact with the people around you. Basically, where EQ leaves off, SQ picks right up. Which brings us to our core definition. Social quotient, or SQ, is an individual's actionable ability to understand complex social dynamics and choose the absolute best interpersonal response. See, it's not just noticing that someone in the room is upset. It's possessing the actual capacity to navigate that situation effectively and build a sustainable relationship out of it. Section 2. The science of connection. The neurobiology of leadership. Now let's look at the hard science, because this isn't just vague charisma. Deep in our brains, we have these incredibly fascinating things called mirror neurons. These are specialized cells that fire both when you perform an action and when you just observe someone else performing that exact same action. It's literally the biological basis of empathy. When we see someone's genuine smile, or maybe a look of distress, our mirror neurons light up, proving that we humans are neurobiologically hardwired to connect and share emotional experiences. And what's truly amazing is the profound physical impact of this connection. Research shows that high SQ and strong human relationships literally shape our neural pathways. But it actually goes way beyond the brain. Having a high social quotient triggers positive cardiovascular responses. We're talking lower blood pressure, stabilized breathing, mitigated fatigue. It even strengthens your immune system. Connecting well with others literally makes you a healthier human being. No joke. Section 3. 5 traits of high SQ, the behavioral markers of social intelligence. A true leader builds their SQ profile through 5 specific observable traits: nonverbal attunement, disciplined presence, dynamic adaptability, atmospheric intuition, and temporal tact. And hey, these go far beyond just being naturally outgoing. An introvert can have an off-the-charts SQ. Let's break a few of these down to see exactly how they look in the real world. The first major marker is nonverbal attunement. This means you can easily spot the disconnect between what someone is saying and what they're actually feeling. Imagine a colleague, right? They're aggressively typing at their desk, and they say through gritted teeth, "I'm fine." A leader with high SQ reads those subtle incongruences, the tense shoulders, the strained voice, and knows that "I'm fine" actually means the exact opposite, and they adjust their approach right then and there. Next up is atmospheric intuition. You know that heavy feeling when you walk into a meeting room and you can instantly tell the vibe is just incredibly tense, or maybe it's awkwardly silent, or joyfully collaborative. That's atmospheric intuition. A socially intelligent leader picks up on these collective emotional cues the second they enter a space, allowing them to calibrate their communication style before they've even said a single word. And then we have temporal tact. This one is an absolute masterclass in self-regulation. Temporal tact is knowing not just how to deliver a message, but exactly when to deliver it. It's recognizing that, hey, maybe I shouldn't give critical feedback to a team member who is clearly exhausted today. It's also knowing exactly when to speak up to save a stalled meeting and when to completely step back and stay quiet so others have the space to shine. Section 4, Strategies for SQ Growth. Rewiring your brain for better connections. Now, developmental psychologist Jean Piaget showed us that intelligence is not a fixed, static trait. You can grow it. So here is a highly practical daily routine of 3 exercises derived from Daniel Goleman's research that you can use to systematically rewire your neural pathways for empathy. Step 1 is emotion scanning. Try this. In your very next conversation or meeting, actively try to identify 3 distinct nonverbal cues that are just hiding in plain sight. Look at the person's posture. Listen to the subtle shifts in their vocal tone. Watch for facial microexpressions. Doing this deliberately trains your brain's social circuits to automatically register emotional data that you'd normally just overlook. Step 2 is the 3-minute active listening challenge. For 3 full minutes, give someone your completely undivided attention. You have to actively suppress the urge to plan what you're going to say next, and absolutely positively do not check your phone, even if it buzzes. This is a powerful tool to practice disciplined presence and fight back against the modern plague of digital distraction. It signals to the other person that they are truly heard. Step 3 is the social temperature check. The next time you walk into a room, a Zoom call, or even a family gathering, force yourself to pause for 30 seconds before you engage. Just use that time to read the collective emotional atmosphere. Are people bored, stressed, excited? This brief pause lets you dynamically calibrate your approach to perfectly match and elevate the existing group dynamic. Section 5, Authenticity and Skill Balance. The harmony of character and competence. Now, let's zoom back out for a second. It is incredibly vital to remember that social intelligence is not just mere charisma. It's a character-based strength. If you're using these techniques, like active listening or reading body language, just to get what you want out of people, well, that isn't social intelligence. That's just superficial manipulation. True SQ is rooted in an authentic, genuine desire to connect, understand, and support the people around you. You can't lead on empathy alone, but you also can't lead on technical skill alone. You have to balance the interpersonal harmony of your social quotient with your skill quotient, meaning you need to blend your hard certifications and technical precision with your practical interpersonal experience. And why is this balance so absolutely critical? Because of a massive 20% performance boost. Research published by the Harvard Business Review shows that teams who successfully combine high emotional and technical competencies actually outperform others by 20% on collaborative tasks. When you balance human connection with technical execution, productivity literally skyrockets. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final vital question. Is your leadership driven by true connection? Or are you still relying just on technical perfection? Think about how you might use the exercises we covered today to start rewiring your brain. Because ultimately, the greatest leaders aren't just the smartest people in the room. They are the most connected. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you leave today ready to grow both your skills and your connections.